Everyone, have you ever imagined a single moment that changed the fate of the world? Today, we're diving into one such moment, the Xi'an Incident of December 12, 1936. In Xi'an, China, Zhang Xueliang, a young warlord, kidnapped Chiang Kai-shek, the leader of nationalist China, in a daring move to stop the civil war and unite against Japan. This wasn't just a kidnapping, it was a dramatic turning point that shook China, Korea, and the world. Without this event, there might have been no Korean War, no division of Korea, no U.S. China tensions today. China might even be a democratic nation. Ready to unravel this incredible story? Hit subscribe, like, and let's jump in. Let's set the stage. In the 1930s, China was chaos incarnate. After the 1911 Xinhai Revolution toppled the Qing dynasty, the country fractured under warlord rule. Chiang Kai-shek, head of the Nationalist Party, nominally unified China in 1928 through the Northern Expedition, but his control was shaky with warlords barely loyal. Then, in 1931, Japan invaded Manchuria, sparking the Manchurian Incident. Japan seized northeast China and set up the puppet state of Manchukuo. The Chinese people were furious, but Chiang, he was oddly focused on crushing the Chinese Communist Party instead of fighting Japan. His strategy was first pacify the interior, then resist the exterior deal with the Communists before tackling Japan. This approach alienated the masses. In northeast China, especially, people were livid. Zhang Xueliang, the young marshal and son of Manchurian warlord Zhang Xueliang, led the Northeast Army. After losing Manchuria, he pledged loyalty to Chiang, but grew skeptical of the anti-communist obsession. A friend of mine once said, "If my hometown was taken, and my boss told me to fight my own people instead of the invaders, I'd be furious." That was Zhang's mindset. His army wanted to fight Japan, not the communists. The communists played a key role here. In 1935, after the Long March, they settled in Yan'an under Mao Zedong and Zhou Enlai. They tapped into the public's anti-Japanese fervor, proposing a united front against Japan. In April 1936, Zhang secretly met Zhou Enlai, forming a bond over anti-Japanese resistance. Zhang's Northeast Army and the Communists agreed to avoid fighting each other, silent rebellion against Chiang's orders. Zhang's heart was turning toward resistance. Then came December 7, 1936. Chiang flew to Xi'an to push his anti-communist campaign. He was adamant we must destroy the communists before fighting Japan. But Zhang and his troops had had enough. On December 9th, thousands of students in Xi'an protested against Japan, and Chiang's military police opened fire, injuring two, including a Northeast Army officer's child. This lit a fire in Zhang. He met secretly with Yang Hu-cheng, the Northwest Army commander, and made a bold decision: let's kidnap Chiang. On December 12, 1936, the Xi'an Incident exploded. Northeast and Northwest troops seized Xi'an and stormed Chiang's residence at Huaqing Hot Springs. Picture this: China's top leader, caught in his pajamas, trying to flee only to be captured at gunpoint. Doesn't that feel like a movie? Zhang demanded. Stop the civil war. Join the communists and fight Japan. This wasn't just a kidnapping, it was a gamble for China's future. The news rocked the world. Nanjing's government was in chaos. Chiang's wife, Sung Meiling, and brother-in-law, Sung Tsuen, rushed to Xi'an. Zhou Enlai joined the talks. At first, Chiang was defiant. Negotiate while I'm a prisoner? Absurd. But Sung's persuasion, Zhang's passion, and public pressure broke him. On December 24th, a deal was struck. On the 25th, Chiang returned to Nanjing with Zhang. The agreement? End the civil war, form an anti-Japanese alliance, and reform the nationalist government. Thus began the Second United Front. Why was this so dramatic? It was a rebellion at the heart of power. Zhang, a subordinate, betrayed Chiang in a way no one could have imagined. One man's decision altered a nation's fate. Zhang knew the cost. As he left Xi'an, he told Chiang, "I was wrong. Punish me." He faced a military trial, got 10 years, and spent the rest of his life under house arrest. His sacrifice was tragic, but his courage changed China. Let's talk impact. The Xi'an Incident kick-started China's resistance against Japan. In 1937, the Sino-Japanese War began, and the nationalists and communists fought together. Without this event, Chiang would have kept targeting the communists. They might have been crushed, and China could have fallen to Japan more easily. Instead, China resisted for 8 years, leading to Japan's surrender in 1945. The ripple effects reached Korea and beyond. The Xi'an Incident saved the Communists, paving the way for their 1949 victory in the Chinese Civil War. Without it, the nationalists might have won, and China could have become a democratic state. No communist China, no Chinese support for North Korea in the Korean War. Korea might not be divided today. An elder in my neighborhood once said, "If the Korean War never happened, our country wouldn't be split." The Xi'an Incident reshaped Korea's fate. Even today's U.S. China tensions tie back to this. A democratic China might have allied with the U.S., not clashed with it. Imagine a world with a democratic China, a unified Korea, a peaceful Asia. The Xi'an Incident changed all that. That's why it's one of history's most dramatic events. One choice sent shockwaves across generations. But it's not all rosy. Zhang saved the communists to fight Japan, but they later toppled the nationalists. Zhang himself lived in confinement until 2001, dying at 100 in Hawaii, insisting, "I was neither nationalist nor communist." He was a hero and a victim, showing the event's double-edged nature. Looking back, the Xi'an Incident teaches us that history can hinge on a single moment. Zhang's courage, Chiang's surrender, and the world's transformation. This wasn't just a kidnapping, it started a tidal wave that shaped China's war, Korea's division, and global tensions. What if Zhang hadn't acted? Our world might be unrecognizable. What do you think? Was Zhang a hero or a reckless rebel? If this never happened, what would our world look like? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this gripping, hit subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.